looking at finding Ghana for that singular act by my media brothers and sisters. It was a bad one. And like I said here, the period between the time of our exit and today. Yeah, football one, yeah, they support right now. The president, football one. I don't want to say what you're going to do. Because it's a football right now, they ain't good.
Ket Okreku, after the failure, the Black Stars, Bismarck performance, put you up. The ongoing AFCON. Or the Samba to the Kumasi Mountain. So, what more the capital, or more the Krataba one thing say, the course to be a Ghana from Fancho, Monas and Trefonso, Asia, Ura, Ket Okreku, a Bissabisan and Sam, a Bibisan say, Ura, what dear one way, and you be out with my air to her. And answer what you're doing. You will know you some bebrano. A being so as I'm beside some who do be bra, I know a share. Emma, you ray, Nansano, who can't trouble and central for Kakra. So on Tiasia, say a central for Bahrain and Couple and Nina, Jacobo Arena or move players. And I had no chess said, Nania and Jeho, and then central for Shabia Bombo. Say, you're professional of them. In good ticket, Okrigo. And it's a Misahudwa, of course.
When people misbehave, and they are looking at finding Ghana for that singular act by my media brothers and sisters. It was a bad one. And like I said here, the period between the time of our exit and today has been a time for reflection by the FA and by all of us, my media colleagues inclusive. If we behave well, we know. If we can do better, we know. So let us all take and embrace this opportunity to reflect on the most recent happenings and just make sure that we don't put Ghana in a bad light during such big meets. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The next batch of...
Thank you very much. My name is Thomas Usowa in GBC. My question is, when we went to Abidjan and the performance was bad, I want to find out who takes that responsibility.
Country. That's the first selection criteria. So if you are not a Ghanaian, you can't be the Ghanaian national team. That is clear. Then what is left to the coaches. So the coaches select the players based on their gameplay and philosophy, and I'm sure the coaches can explain that better. Thank you very much.
Some few incidents that has involved some of our colleagues in the media. So generally, the Executive Council is the appointing authority for everybody and anybody that works or represents the Ghana Football Association. People are appointed by the Executive Committee to perform specific duties. And when such persons are appointed by the Executive Committee, of which I am a member, they are expected to follow the responsibilities that have been assigned to them to the fullest. It's unfortunate that some few incidents has happened that involve some of our brothers. I would not want to go into specific details about how incident A happened or incident B happened. It's also important, like I said from the beginning of this session, that we as individuals and as a family must be honest in what we do and what we say. So, for example, if Ketokraku or if the arrangements are that, as per the call of the technical team of the Black Stars, training is supposed to be held behind closed doors. And Kurt is a journalist, and because I know somebody, I find my way into the territory that you're supposed not to be there. You will definitely be asked to go away. Sometimes we don't take it. We are not happy with it. But it's not Ketokraku's creation. The security guard has to follow the demands either of the team or of the technical team. And when it is that we don't have to veer into certain areas, please, just please, let's respect it. So that you'll be able to work in a serene atmosphere. The players will be able to work in a serene atmosphere. We respect all media men. I'm still a media person because none of you can take away my certificate from the Institute of Journalism. And I still inspire a lot of the younger folks. Let's learn and let's work together. This is the way. Thank you.
A reported incident of attack on the colleague journalist when the Black Stars of Ghana went away to the USA to play a friendly match. And in Ivory Coast, we also saw video of somebody who has been linked to GFA President Ketokraku, harassing the journalists. And when we were defeated against Cape Verde, we saw another person in the video. That person has also been linked to the GFA President, basically showing what on the separation of Bravado. And my question is that the GFA President, and if he's worried, what steps is he taking to address the issue, to avoid that bad public perception about this? Thank you.
Okay, so the fifth one, and then we will pause and take it.
Good morning, my peoples. And this is a very uncomfortable situation to be in, so I pity all of you for that. We need to move Ghana forward. My question is simple. What is the criteria of selecting players into the national team? That's my question. What is the criteria of selecting players into the senior national team? And going forward, are we going to alter it in a way? I don't know what it is, but let's see the way forward. Thanks.
Thank you. So, colleagues, I will take the answers and then we'll come back later for more questions. Mr. President.
Happy you made mention of obtaining sponsorships in the Premier League and other leagues of the Ghana Football Association. I want to ask the ESCO, are you impressed with the coverage of the Ghana Premier League by Star Times? And also, I want to know, is it that the association uses its resources to hire additional cameramen to cover some games which are not live on TV when there is an existing contract between the Ghana Football Association and Star Times? And I also want to know, on 25th August 2021, the FA announced a 4-year deal with DDP Adoring Limited to provide pitch panels and other advertising boards to all league centers, and it never happened. It only happened at the Accra Sports Stadium, where the DDP pitch panels were seen. All league centers, nothing was seen from DDP. I want to know what actually happened to that contract, because ahead of the 2022 World Cup, we saw DDP displaying the plasters players at the airport. When the contract stated on the FA's website that the contract is about the Ghana Premier League to provide all those pitch panels, and also billboards will be placed in all the 10 football regions, but none was being seen across the country. I want to know the reason and what happened to that deal. Thank you.
And then before smart cards in their football, or that happens within the game. Since 2016, about 8 we do not have any decent facility where our national teams can train. Yeah. We don't have a decent facility where our national teams can train. Shocking in terms of the usage of the money, it's how it has been used for Ghana. So when you look at it, you see administration, you see equipment, some of them going for as much as 3.6, some of them $2.9 million. I ask this simple question. Based on what has happened, the disastrous campaign that we've had, have we learned anything from that? Mauritania and the likes are developing their game, the amount of money they are receiving from this FIFA forever. Unfortunately, ours is the opposite, and that is the reality. What have we learned from it going forward? How are we going to judiciously use that money for the benefit of the game? And the Vice President has chaired a committee that looked at the bonus structure of our national teams. If my memory serves me right, with Mr. Kudofiani serving as the vice to that particular committee. What happened to that document? And why are we still doing the same old things in incentivizing our national teams with money which is not yielding results? When extrinsic motivation, compare that to intrinsic motivation, you know that intrinsic has growth. Why are we always fueling this drive of using money as an incentive to get the national teams before, when it has woefully failed over the years? Thank you.
To also go deep beyond the ordinary to know the truth. This is very important. It's part of our responsibility as a journalist. So it is also not good when we preach what we think is right, but which is not the truth. In my attempt to seek the mandate of the football family, I studied the forward program. So I'm proud to say that I'm one of the people who is very, very invested in the forward program. It is the reason why today our country is able to access funds from the forward program. Let us not forget that the forward program, to use my own adjectives again, is distinctively distinct from the goal project. Let us not confuse. We here came to office on October 25, 2019, and not in 2016. So it will also be wrong for anybody to start saying that the FA has received 8 million, 9 million. I have not received 8 million, 9 million from the forward. This must be made clear. In fact, when we assumed office, we had lost the opportunity to access FIFA Forward 1.0. We had lost it because the forward program has regulations and is time bound. When the cycle is gone, it's gone. And Obi Kachina will say, this FA SRT said, or accessing forward funding from 2016, tell the fellow it is not true. It is not true. This FA came into office on October 25, 2019. Now, I mean, back specifics. MAs, which is Member Association, which is Football Association, in every country must identify the needs of the industry and meet the application requirements, which is carefully set up by FIFA to be able to access forward funding. And therefore, let us get the understanding right. It's also wrong for you to think ahead, or for you to think that you can think ahead of the ESCO and those of us who are taking decisions on our planning. As I stood here in the morning, I spoke clearly about specific FIFA forward projects that are due to start in August. 77. It's a 4-year term. We have to plan for 4 years and ensure that we go according to our plan. I can't run the race according to what Nigeria is running in this race. Neither can I run the race according to what Zimbabwe is running, or Mauritius. When Mauritius started assessing forward funding, Ghana was not assessing forward funding. Let's get the understanding clear. When lots of countries started assessing forward money, Ghana was not able to assess forward funding. In very recent times, we even read of a country having constructed 14 beaches. Is that not true? What turned out to be the true case? It was false. If you remember, there was a news break that the Gambia have used forward money to construct 14 beaches. Basic calculations, not people are what you say. So, in case we missed what I did say, let me just recap. I have said here that we are constructing floodlights on the AstroTurf in Pram. I've said here that the entire land space is going to be walled or fenced. I've said here that we are going to construct a 40-bed accommodation facility. I have said here that using the same forward money, we're going to construct 2 top-of-the-range natural grass pitches. I've also said here that we are going to invest in the procurement or purchase of vehicles for football development in the regions. These are our identified needs. I've also said, and we have done it already, what did we do? We have invested $742,000 in the construction of the first ever FIFA standard AstroTurf in Upper East. Is that not true? This is the judicious application of funding available to the FA. Please, we're running our own race. We're not running the race with Angola. Their needs may be different. For example, Canada is a member association, belongs to FIFA. They also assess FIFA money, same like Ghana. They are not into construction of pitches, they are not into construction of boreholes, they are not into construction or purchase of footballs. They use the money to service the newly created Canadian Premier League. That is Canada. So we are all different. Some countries solely use the forward money to run their leagues. Some use their money to pay national team coaches. What I can guarantee is that through the hard work of the Secretariat, aided by the legal department, Ghana is at the minute assessing funding for FIFA. And we will judiciously apply same to the development of football. I have said here that one of the legacies I want to leave is to do what? Is to make Pram Kabebe. And by the grace of God, it will happen. Thank you.
And for that matter, me pese maybe send a tree. Na beti mi amuya no tree so far. The question is, what the Mr. President? The Wabonte say, Christian or Lady Ghana at the call of Afcon. A bind the number. Now, if you know, not support him. In it, in the own building ground, who if a president, one of members in the bring Amma. It's a time of war Afcon, as in the number of person who lose who fail. Now, more come, now more coach and more pay, and then never. Nti yɛfiri ba ya na ma set up a new team amode e pe coach for the aba etesa nkyeremu ne sɛ afei GFA no de krata ba abɔnte be pa Ghana fo nyinaa kyɛw sɛ de si Afcon ase no na ɛnyɛ nyinaa de pɛ no ɛwɔ abɔnte sa den na amante na Ghana fo do na kasa ho ansa na eba na libisa esco no sɛ enche ye bia na ye ka se bed power almost sponsors no ye twam ana ya sesan kakra na esco no so a I think say mo the announcement ba mo kire se enche bia foforo beba ebisi ehu league no to aso na bia do na otwani no die no pepe so ben na esco no modro as to getting a new sponsorship for the Ghana Premier League. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Raphael from Udaja. There is, from my observation, directors
And everybody. And I want from Pram, our technical center to be Krabbe. Yes. And inshallah, it will be Krabbe.
Okay, thank you. The next.
Black Stars is exclusive. And the other thing I would like to know is, when it comes to the players who were talked to coming to play for the Black Stars, like Salisu and Dinaki, what is the assessment of these players in the national team? We've seen them at the 2022 World Cup, we've seen them at the 2023 AFCON. What is the assessment of these players? Was it worth going to talk to them to come and play for the national team? And the last thing is to do with the youth. Does the FA have any influence from the youth? There has been the controversy of them playing the national team here and there. We see them in the media sector, so we hear them. Does the FA have any influence from the youth? Thank you very much.
Take all the steps necessary to ensure that we do not have that kind of situation again. And so this is reflective of the fact that you have different players or different stakeholders. You have the technical team, you have the players, you have the management. And all of this have roles to play in ensuring that there is success. And it's only right that when there is failure, all such parties have to take responsibility. And so they expect that when there is success, you want to be rewarded or applauded for that success, whether you're a player or a coach or the management of the team of football. When there's failure, you also got to take responsibility. So I believe that in this case, all those who have roles to play have accepted responsibility due. I think that should answer the question. And then I think there was one that was talking about coaches and the team manager and all that. I think in 2021, first of all, in 2019, the AFCON 2019 was not that was in Cameroon. Cameroon was 2021. The 2019 tournament was under normalization. If I recall, 2019 was under normalization. So, under Ketokwe, it was in Cameroon in 2021 and then Cote d'Ivoire in 2024. Which is actually the 2022 tournament. Now, after 2021, we realized that it was a technical team. And what people even forget is that the management committee was also dissolved. And sometimes I see a mix between management committee and ESCO. The ESCO members have been elected by the GFA Congress and the different constituencies in the FA for a term of office. That is completely different from the management committees of the national teams. And if you look at the management committee of the national teams, you would find at most one ESCO member. One normally. In extreme cases, two, but it's normally one. So if you take the Black Stars management committee, for example, in 2021, it was headed by Georgia Mwafu, who was an ESCO member. The other members, Mr. Fred Paco, Sami Kofo, I believe, yes. If you check out the membership, all of them, you realize that it is only Georgia Mwaku, the chair, who was an ESCO member. If you look at the current, the Black Stars Management Committee that was in charge after the Cameroon 2021, you realize that it is the Vice President, Mr. Makabe, who chairs that committee. He's the only ESCO member on
what we are worried
about the issue of carrying management it's not the ESCO. So the ESCO, the idea of the ESCO is to make sure to bring more ideas for what you think can help Ghana. And that's what, for me, that's the reason why we are all here. Bring our ideas to make sure we put up a very good team to make sure the football fraternity is done very well. We're not looking at my presence or other aspects of it. The most important thing is what are you coming to do, or what can you bring on board that can assist the FA and make sure the FA does something good for the nation. That's why we are all here. So, as managing it, the same thing as Sudan. I'm just the coach. I'm not there to play. I just give my ideas as what I know. Make sure the Sudan is so that's the reason I can say. All right.
Is it true or did CK painted a black rituals and also to prosper? You just said that the FA is a media, you have a media relationship, but just before this press meeting, Sadiq Adams and other media members have been blocked. You responded that it happened accidentally, but myself and you will know that if you want to block somebody from Twitter, it takes steps. So all these steps that lead to the blocking of Sadiq and other media houses, other media personals, are you trying to explain to us that it happened based on mistakes? That's what I want to know from Prosper. And to get a CK question. Thank you.
I think we need to start. Yeah, football one, yeah, take support right now. The president, football one. I don't know why I can say what you're feeling. Can say the football right now, they ain't get to see big ball. It's not going to be able to do it. Yeah. Now, the question is, Mr. President, no name media by giving to the independent your community, MP, actually. Oh, seconds, bound for me in Africa football. Open the open, you should obey beat as a second day. When you owe you one with a quarter. If you go back, you can form a GFA president now. You call your better, you should put it in the way they are. We just said, your continent, you are going here for the about. You are very good, you know, very good things. And we have been another one, and we have never seen the other idea. The penny is a show from us, I catch a man. If you Kumasi, you need to, you have to football.
akɔyi yɛ wɔ league yɛ nyanka saa eti ɛnua bi na wɔbɛyɛ bi a ɛnu pɛnisi wotwa bɛma na wɔnyɛ ntwa obi eto ntwa wasa kakyere ne gya ne yɛ bɔ ɛsɛ mu asɛ wɔn asɛ kere kɔ.
Yes, my name is Kumasi. From Congo, my first question is a follow-up question for the Vice President, Mr. Abu. Concerning the budget, when he was making his statement, he said that the 8.5 million creating a system, he do not subscribe to that, or he do not subscribe to that. Then, if that's so, I want to know, after which he said, the FA have to make
football in I'm not about before we know doctors of the games are basically football. You know, Eddie, one to save football. Come on, rap, see, I'm a captain last house. I'm a journalist. One more winning after mine in 1982, and then you refer to them as the legends, the heroes. Seven, yeah, it's a big glory. What more? Who big glory? It's shade where I see the first major trophy you winning here, the Gabi team, U20, you qualify for U20 World Cup, you're winning AFCON, U20, you won. You won. Mauritius, Community and World Cup. Many team. Mind you, team. And can we see you? Black Stars, the most premium product. It will be best Black Stars Day. At the end of the day, because you will say, say, can you come every bad Christian and say, man, not Christian winning every game, man, get away. Get away. Now every game, Christian by winning, we're winning, to say, I can say, I can minimum, I can watch them. Semi-finals. And then, but the truth of the matter is, you know, you have a TV and a ship ball. The Black Stars in the Quay. It's been time to be the success. And I've had and blessed to have worked and to have known a lot of big coaches. Wenger, Uli, may he rest in peace. Ferguson, Avram Grant. When I've had a chance to demand of them, I demand performance. If I say, if you want to share the team now on the screens, as you see a team playing good football and winning games. And this is the demand I'll make of every coach that works for Ghana. Only. He is on the ESCO. He demands performance. And he's going to demand performance from every coach that he may employ. Who's the one? The one. Egypt 2-2 First game they lose last game they lose and say they continue to support the cause. God willing to get the right coach, and with patience, they will take us to the promised land. The Black Stars, representing one of our 12 national teams, is our premium product. And it's on the hearts and minds of everybody. Everybody, including my good self, who wants the Black Stars to win all the big tournaments that confront us, including the AFCON and the World Cup. I have said here that it takes time. I remember in the days leading to Senegal winning the AFCON, there was a big call for the FA president to step down and for the head coach to step down. My good friend Cisse had tried and tried and tried. He never won. And then he won. Before we took office, the Black Stars failed to qualify for the 2018 World Cup in Russia. All of us, me inclusive, was disappointed. We did not only fail to qualify, we didn't participate. Because if you don't qualify, you can't participate. Let alone to say that you didn't go beyond the group stage. In Egypt, the team was very poor. Egypt came 1 year after 2018. And all of us in this country know that our Black Stars was troubled and is troubled. Having made it to the Mundial in 2022, before that we didn't make it in 2018, making it to the Mundial in Qatar in 2022 was a big step for us. Qualifying to the AFCON, even though today we see it as a given, was a big step. Because we had times that our Black Stars never made it to the AFCON. What I want to say in conclusion is that I want our Black Stars to be champions of Africa. I want our Black Stars to be at the Mondial at every given opportunity. We were there in 2022. I want us, with your support, to qualify the Black Stars again to the US and to Canada and Mexico in 2026. So this is the vision, this is our desire, and collectively, again with your support, we'll push it until we get there. Funding is a big problem. Football is a capital-intensive enterprise. In as much as we are doing whatever we can to have a lot of funding, it's not been enough. If I had a way, I'll give each Premier League club or Women Premier League club or DOL club $1 million a season. If I had a way, if I had the means. So what means is that we will have to continue to work towards bringing in more inflows. It's the reason why, like I said earlier, we have established the business development unit to support the work of the marketing unit in looking for more funding. I also spoke about the communications challenge with a promise that we will fix it. We had personnel challenge in the beginning, but as of now, I think we are 80-90% at the level of fixing the human capital challenge that we identified. So slowly, we are getting there.
The able to decide next time, your tournament, what a pipe, Niakumapa, better team the team. Need to win matches. Yet, my queen, you're going to be sad. And no, and now, pay for the Baba Sons, I mean, and that's the name. You're going to Papa to say, I see everybody is as I am. And I must say, I'm Mr. Woman.
Tournaments. And our best is to qualify all the group stages. Please, I want to know the problem. Does it has to do with the playing body, the coaching staffs, or the GFA? And please, under this administration, how will you score yourself in terms of percentage-wise? Thank you.
My name is Kudo.
total death when we came into power. And again, there is a perception outside there our local league is dying. When I was growing up as a young kid, the late in the early 80s, I'm happy the coach is here with Mr. Then my own senior brother, the coach is here because one mentioning the ladies with the beneficiary then project. And then GFA.
Yeah, football one, yeah, take support right now. The president, football one. I don't want me to say what you're feeling. Because of football right now, they ain't good. See, big ball, so going to be able to do it. Yeah. Now, the question is, Mr. President, no name in your bag give to the person, your home today. MP, actually. Oh, seconds, bound for me in Africa football. Open the open is over yet beat as a second day. When you all year one with a quarter. If you go back, you can form a GFA president now. You call your better, you should put in the way they are. We just said, your continent, you are going here for the about. You are going to have a good team. And we have been another one, and we have never seen the idea. The penicillin is so famous, I catch it in me. If the Kumasi, you need to football. Move better halfway. You more league. You have to tell Kenyan Casa. If you are going to be over here, and penicillin will drop them and go in trap, will be told Kawasa. Catch it in the time near West and Master of Massacre record. Yeah.
Yes, my name is from Congo, Obola, Media, my first question is a follow-up question for the Vice President, Mr. Abu. Concerning the budget, when he was making his statement, he said that the 8.5 million he do not subscribe to that, or he do not subscribe to that. Then, if that's so, I want to know, after which he said, the FA have to make.
Is it not challenging? Is it not difficult? I mean, having to combine that job as a coach for Sudan is not
conflict of interest.
Encourage them to learn it more and more. But on game day, we've all played football before. On game day, every player and their coach. I've seen players of our current national team sing the national anthem. You may sing it at this particular match. The next match, the game day and the tension and everything may not decide to sing. They just decide to focus. I've seen Steve Abia in matches that it's just focus. And I'm sure you've seen some of the pictures. He's not singing it. And I've seen Steve Abia sing the national anthem so many times. So it depends on the game day. I don't want us to make it a rule that they must sing at all times. every player is different, how they approach the game. But I can assure you that they all know the national anthem. But at a tournament, the journalists are all working at different points. You cannot visit everybody. I remember at the World Cup, I saw a lot of journalists. And there were journalists who I never met until match day. I saw them at the bar when we won. And the Jama was going on. It was during the Jama I saw them. So because they were working at different areas, so you cannot visit everybody, you cannot see everybody. But as much as possible, when we go to tournaments, we fraternize with them. I'm sure colleagues here will attest to the fact that we are very accommodating when the media come around. Again, in accommodating the media, we must also ensure that we do not allow that to affect the team preparation as prescribed by the coach. So it's a fine balance, but we always are ready to meet with the media, fraternize, chat. I'm sure you saw some of the features when we went to US. We all together with the media in front of them. Even at the lobby, fraternizing with everything. So we'll continue to do that. But in doing that, let's make sure that we do not disturb the coach and the players because they are also running their show. And they are the reason we are there. First of all, we want them to win, and then have good stories to write. So, thank you very much.
So we are talking about media friendly, and all of that. I was not in La Côte d'Ivoire, and my colleagues there who went there say the FA did not even pay a visit to them. So I'm surprised you are talking about media friendly. The media guys who went to La Côte d'Ivoire to cover the no, they were situated at one place. Actually, went as a half person. Okay, so no, but that's what I did. I was not there. But he said they did not visit them. And not just visit, like visit, I didn't visit. Actually, you understand my house. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you did not visit in Abidjan. And we are talking, actually, he's a media person. Everybody is a media person. My boss, Randy, is a media person, but no visit. And I think that was something that we can check.
We understand.
Boss, I know you understand. Right. So, my main question will come back. Sometimes when we play the national anthem before our game, my mother in the house was asking me, are these Ghanaians, apart from Rachel Ofori, who was able to sing the national anthem, almost all our players were just standing there. When you look at other countries, the passion with which they sing the national anthem when it's being played, I think the ESCO can have certain orientation for our players. For me, when you are playing the national anthem of Ghana and you see Ghanaian players standing just like that, for me I think it's something that the ESCO can inculcate in our players. Yes, you are coming to work for the country, at least they are paid. Sometimes they take $100,000 as a parent. We can tell them you should be able to sing the national anthem as part of reasons why you are playing for the nation. I think that is something that I've observed, and I think that we can do. Oh, that's not my question.
Funny.
Okay. All right. No, sir, I only made a comment on
Rich, Richard.
So, ESCO members, they will have to be reporting to the executive council, which they are members. Is that not you being the judge of your own case? And that's affecting the way you evaluate the work of the various management committees. And I say this with a lot of what is the right word, because I know in your manifesto you indicated that the management committee model of running the national team was going to be scrapped. Yes, I understand that your manifesto isn't a working document of the FA, so probably you are finding it difficult to lobby the other members to implement what you
will see as the right way to manage a national team. So my question is, the chairman of the management committee are members of the ESCO, and they're reporting back to the ESCO. Is that not being a judge of your own case in the evaluation of the executive council and their work? My second question had to do with, someone has already asked it, but answers has not been forthcoming. That is, which percentage of the $8.5 million for this current AFCON was from the FA? We will want to know. This is an FA occasion. We know that the 8.5 isn't the total budget from the FA. Yes, the ministry also had a part of it. Which percentage of the 8.5 is from the FA? Then my last but one is, there are reports that the ministry has given the FA some amount of the World Cup money to go into a legacy project. How much was given to the FA for the legacy project, and what do you intend to do with that? And my last one is investment into local football. Please, respectfully. Investment into local football is a major topic. When we go to AFCON, we speak about Black Stars. We come back and we discuss and look, the foundation of our local football doesn't. The Black Stars, representing one of our 12 national teams, is our premium product. And it's on the hearts and minds of everybody. Everybody, including my good self, who wants the Black Stars to win all the big tournaments that confront us, including the AFCON and the World Cup. I have said here that it takes time. I remember in the days leading to Senegal winning the AFCON, there was a big call for the FA president to step down and for the head coach to step down. My good friend Cisse had tried and tried and tried. He never won. And then he won. Before we took office, the Black Stars failed to qualify for the 2018 World Cup in Russia. All of us, me inclusive, was disappointed. We did not only fail to qualify, we didn't participate. Because if you don't qualify, you can't participate. Let alone to say that we didn't go beyond the group stage. In Egypt, the team was very poor. Egypt came 1 year after 2018. And all of us in this country know that our Black Stars was troubled and is troubled. Having made it to the Mundial in 2022, before that we didn't make it in 2018, making it to the Mundial in Qatar in 2022 was a big step for us. Qualifying to the AFCON, even though today we see it as a given, was a big step. Because we had times that our Black Stars never made it to the AFCON. What I want to say in conclusion is that I want our Black Stars to be champions of Africa. I want our Black Stars to be at the Mondial at every given opportunity. We were there in 2022. I want us, with your support, to qualify the Black Stars again to the US and to Canada and Mexico in 2026. So this is the vision, this is our desire, and collectively, again with your support, forth, we'll push it until we get there. Funding is a big problem. Football is a capital-intensive enterprise. In as much as we are doing whatever we can to have a lot of funding, it's not been enough. If I had a way, I'll give each Premier League club or Women Premier League club or DOL club $1 million a season. If I had a way, if I had the means. So what means is that we would have to continue to work towards bringing in more inflows. It's the reason why, like I said earlier, we have established the business development unit to support the work of the marketing unit in looking for more funding. I also spoke about the communications challenge with a promise that we will fix it. We had personnel challenge in the beginning, but as of now, I think we are 80-90% at the level of fixing the human capital challenge that we identified. So slowly, we are getting there. I think, say, it didn't know what I'm committed towards the human area. There were two Ejumano after we are president meeting, so I'm anyway. And your responsibility say, you better do the so you want to do here, and I say better your hair. You know you wish, and you shall you know you know and the more TJ say continue the right decisions. Investing the way I am going to do.